Thanks for tuning in for another Essential RC flight test, and quite an exciting one today because we have the new Avios Grumman HU-16 Albatross flying boat. We saw this first at HobbyKing LIVE UK a few months ago. Looked really good on the stand there, and it comes in this pretty impressive looking box. They've obviously worked on the scheme a bit more. It's going to be quite exciting to unpack it and look at the components. But some stats on this first. It is 1/16 scale, which means the wingspan is 1.62 meters. The length is 1.21 meters. It comes with two Aerostar 850 kV brushless motors. The speed controllers are 30 amp Aerostars, and they're reversible, which is going to be really good for control on the water, and they're also, importantly, they are waterproofed. Okay, so other features are that it has a steerable water rudder, which is going to be great for control on the water, together with that reversible feature of the speed controllers. Also has a navigation light system, which is going to be quite bright and nice at dusk, I suspect, and really low part count as well. So it's going to be super quick to put together, combined with the fact that the decals, stickers, whatever you want to call them, they are already applied. No, like some of these other models where you have sheets where you have to cut out the individual stickers, and even worse if they're water transfer and you have to soak them and then put them on the model. That can sometimes double, even triple the time it takes to put one of these models together. But Avios have gone to the effort of doing that for you, so it should be super quick to put this together. So let's not hang around, let's take the components out of the box, let's see what we get. Okay, so these are all the parts out of the box. Very quick look at each of them. So we've got the fuselage from the front to the back, got the water rudder steerable as off the rudder. Then we've got the two push rods for the elevators. That's for the rudder, the rudder, I suspect. And we've got a light here. Then you can see it's huge inside. It's a very big model, this. So we've got the two servos for the elevator and the rudder. And at the front we take this off, and you can see the huge amount of space we've got for a pack. Our flight pack slots into the front, snaps in place with the magnets, and then underneath it's important to show you that we've got this is all plastic underneath, so very hard wearing if you intend to take off from grass. Then we've got the center section of the wing. So I've already got the brushless motors and speed controllers already in place. The cables into your receiver are all labelled up nicely, so you know what to put into what channel. Then we've got these flaps with these offset hinges, so we can get a large amount of throw, so we can get a lot of drag and slow down. That's nice. And let's have a look at the wings. So wing, you can see that we've got the servo in place, already connected up to the horn on the aileron. We've got a light on the wingtip, and our two connections, one for the light and one for the aileron, into our receiver. And then everything else is it's a really low part count, as I was saying, so very quick to put this together. So we've got our two 3-blade props and the nuts to go on those, our vertical stabilizer and rudder, really nice good plastic pin hinges, so really solid. Horizontal stabilizer and our elevators. And I forgot to mention these floats that go underneath each wing for stability on the water. Otherwise, I think that's about it. So very quick to put this together. Let's do that in the next 10-15 minutes and then see what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. This is the fully assembled new Avios Grumman HU-16 Albatross flying boat, and it was, even by Avios's normal standards, super easy to put together because of the low part count and the fact that the scheme, the decals, stickers have already been applied. Absolutely nothing to do. It's as simple as putting the bolting on the center section of the wing with those 2 bolts there after it's located into the front, sliding on the 2 wing halves on the outside, 2 bolts on each side to secure those, then putting the floats on, 2 bolts to secure those, the horizontal and vertical stabilizer, a bit of glue needed, follow the instructions carefully there. That's easily done, but you do have to put 2 bolts through the bottom of the back of the fuselage into the bottom of holes in the bottom of the vertical stabilizer. Now, good tip here, this is the only tip I've got really, is to put the front one in first. That's the most difficult one to locate, so do that first, and then the back bolt will locate really easily. What else to say? I think that it's as simple as that. Otherwise, when you've fully assembled it, you want to put your receiver in. So the minimum number of channels you need on your receiver is 7. You can get away with 7, but if you do that, you have to have 2 Y leads. You have to Y lead together the throttle cables from the speed controllers on these 2. I don't think you need independent control of the throttles on these motors. No need to put them into separate channels. Some of you out there may think that you want to experiment with that. I think there's the potential for great disaster if you do that. Maybe on the water it may add a bit more maneuverability on the water if you have that control, but you've got the water rudder and you've got the forward and reverse capability of these speed controllers. So I personally would keep it simple and just have those hooked into the 1 channel. I mean, say you had them set up independently and you did that, and you got mixed up and did that in the air, you know, when they were running at different speeds, that would be definitely a complete disaster. So I urge you, just keep it simple. The second thing is the lights. So the lights you can Y lead as well into any control surface channel really. As long as they get power, it doesn't really matter. And then the third thing to mention is the forward and reverse capability of these speed controllers. You've got a single cable to put into a channel, but I put it into the gear channel. That's the most logical place to put it when you've got a 7-channel receiver. You may have an 8 or a 9-channel receiver, in which case you've got even more flexibility, but you can get away with a 7-channel receiver. So that's it. We will be flying this off water, we will be flying it off grass, just to prove that we can do that, and we'll be doing that in the second video, which will be coming soon. So thanks for watching this one, see you for the next one soon.